Here we go.
You're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant. All right. Is that six figures? Are you making
No, Jesse, it's actually $40,000. And after taxes, they're taking home $33,135. So the take-home pay is $2,761. And the average one-bedroom apartment in this country is $1,713 plus $200 for utilities. The average American spending about $100 a week on groceries, so another $400 just to eat. So someone making $20 an hour in 2024 in the United States of America is left with $448 that they have to stretch for health insurance, car payment, car insurance, car maintenance, gas, cell phone, personal care, maybe child care, 401k, savings, miscellaneous, the list goes on. But we're talking about $20 for a fast food worker. Well, as of May 1st, 2024, ZipRecruiter said the entry-level college grads in the United States are making $23 an hour. So let's run the numbers for them. Their take-home pay would be $31.35 minus $17.13 for rent, $200 for utilities, $400 for groceries. And because they went to college, the average loan payment for a bachelor's degree is about $512. So a college graduate making $23 an hour in 2024 in this country is left with $310 to do for health insurance, car, and everything else that I listed. So for people like Jesse, for the politicians, for the celebrities, for the elites, for the top 1% who are out of touch with everyday Americans, and especially our youth, $20 an hour is not $100 grand. In fact, $20 an hour, people can barely survive in 2024.
Hi guys, welcome back to G's.
Bro, I remember when $20 an hour meant you was eating, you was eating with the Joneses. Like, you know how they say keeping up with the Joneses? You was doing good off of $20 an hour. I live in Atlanta. So that was some good money, especially my first job was McDonald's. Then one of my other jobs was working at a warehouse. I was making like $16.86. I remember that was like the last raise I got, $16.86 before I got fired. Bro, I thought I was doing good for myself. I was up. This was probably like 2000, maybe like 18, 19. But I thought I was up. Now looking back at it, I'm like, bro, that was like $30,000 a year. That wasn't nothing. Like, bro, I want to watch this video, but before we watch this video, I just want to tell y'all this. I'm a man of side hustles. I've worked a 9 to 5. I don't work a 9 to 5 no more. Now, I don't make money doing YouTube yet, but hopefully one day I do. But this is all part of the hustle. The hustle and the dustle. I'm not making no money doing this right now. No money. But eventually, me investing this extra time I have in my day, this will also become income. Fellas, ladies, this is what I would tell you. All right, we're going to watch this video, but I just want you to take this into consideration. You must learn a skill, okay? You must learn a trade. You must get good with your hands. All right, an extra $1,000 a month can really change your life. And a lot of times these services, like my barber, for example, I pay my barber about $45 and he cuts my hair in 1 hour. A photographer, for an example, he takes pictures, and most photographers, they charge about $100 or more for an hour. These are not things that you go to school for. This is not something that usually people are going to hire you for. As far as, like a job or something. But when you put matters into your own hand, if you had your own little side hustles and things of that nature, yeah, it's going to take some time where I'm tired. I don't have enough time. But in the long run, your side hustle will eventually become your main hustle. While your job is paying for your bills, you get a side hustle to take care of the rest of your life. Until your side hustle could really take care of, your bills and your life. Because there's no limit on a side hustle. There's no limit on a hustle. And I think we hear hustle, we think bruh man from the 5th floor with his jacket open and candy, and he's selling candy out of his jacket. Nah. Rome wasn't built overnight, y'all. We got to start little by little. And yes, it sucks that we have to go through this, but that's life. But I want to see how people are living. I'm very much interested, and we're going to speak on it, all right? So shout out to her. This account is D's African Perspective. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to like. And I'm going to say, this was dope. I'm going to drop a comment. Was dope. We got to show love. because she is helping me make content right now. So let's get to
African
it.
perspective. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so we know that by all means, most people, like, reason why most times people go to work is actually to get their bills paid, to get the money, because that's the main thing. You need to get that bag, okay? But at the same time, the reason why we're working is actually because of that. But those jobs some of us do have can be very frustrating for us. It can, my guess is but somebody
To get my this motherfucker is designed. It's like, bro, what
notification bell.
down and think about it. Everything in this motherfucker is designed for motherfuckers to fail. Like, I'm sitting here waiting to get my truck loaded so I can start my fucking day, you know, for the company that barely pays me enough to, you know, keep my life together slightly. And I can't just abruptly leave this motherfucker because where else am I gonna get the money from? Like, I truly believe that I'm talented enough to, you know, make something happen and make something shake in like maybe 6 months to a year from now. However, where is that initial funding gonna come from? See what I'm saying? Food is bad for you. It's highly chemicalized, highly addictive, highly sugarized, and highly everything bad for you arised. And if you look up any health article, it tells you that you can't eat any of the shit that you eat on a daily fucking basis. But 9 times out of 10, that's either all you can afford or that's all that's available. Hospital bills is a fucking scam. Insurance is a fucking scam. Rent is a scam. Mortgages are scams. Just living in general is a fucking scam. The majority of ways to make enough money really fast are very unethical and highly illegal. Yet the people who call it illegal are the ones who do it the fucking most. That's the
a
craziest
fact.
fucking part. You gotta hope your car doesn't fucking break down, because if it does, a mechanic's gonna hold the shit for months because he or she is backed up forever. And it's like, okay, you got my car. How the fuck am I supposed to get to and from? They tell you to save and invest and all this shit, but it's like you taking that investment as a risk. Now, you can't win life without taking a risk. However, if the shit don't work out, you're fucked. A lot of people stay up late as a bitch knowing they gotta be to work tomorrow early as hell in the morning only because their job took away the majority of their day, and the only way for them to feel some type of control over their life is to stay up past the point in which they know they need to go to sleep to get a productive day the next day. I can't remember exactly what that phrase is called, but it's a real thing. And then on top of that same subject, most people who do that, they stay up late because they don't want to go to work the next fucking day. This shit is a fucking scam, bro. And after all of this bullshit, you still got to get up and produce something. Whether you're man or woman, you still have to get up and produce something. Because if you do nothing, you're pretty much just going to be on the street. And it's like, knowing all that shit, bro, sometimes that shit gets to you, man. Sometimes it gets to you, but I can tell you this. Even though all of this bullshit is a real thing, and yeah, it does get to me too, I refuse to let this shit bring me down. I refuse because I know deep inside my fucking head, and it's more so on the forefront now. It used to be deep, but now it's like right up in here. I know for a fact that one of these days, none of this shit is going to matter, because I'm going to be in such a great position in my life that I'm going to be able to look back and be like, damn, I went through all this bullshit and struggle that the world just threw at me, and I came out on top. That may sound cartoonish, that may sound far-fetched, that may sound all kind of whatever the fuck you can think of. However, that's the only thing that keeps me fucking going. That is the only driving force in my life right now. It's not to be the best, it's not to be the greatest, it's not to be this, that. It is to get to the top of the fucking mountain through my own efforts and then show people that it's possible, right? That's the only thing that's keeping me going right now. You gotta find something to keep you going in this fucking crazy ass world we live in, bro. You gotta find something.
Can I just talk about?
All right, he was speaking facts, okay? There's a lot of things he said that were facts, and a lot of people feel that exact same way. But I have to speak on this because I know a lot of people. I'm only 28 years old. I know a lot of people that are in their 40s, in their 50s, or even, in their 30s that feel that exact same way, but they have been at the same job for, let's just say, 15 years. Now, or not people in their 30s, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been there for years. So I always ask them, like, well, what else do you do outside of what you're doing right now? And you know what their reply always is? I don't have enough time to do anything else. Okay. So I understand that. I don't have enough time thing, right? People have kids. People get tired. People have to spend a lot of time at their job. Now, you have to do a lot of stuff that takes your time. You know what I mean? So you don't have time to grow something that doesn't really have a definitive on when it's going to show. I'll put it like this, y'all. If you come up with a hustle, when I was working a full-time job, I was doing photography whenever I had time to do it, but I had ads out there to, hey, you need a photographer or whatever. I charge $100 an hour. Now, I mean, I figured out how to get an editor. Drop shipping. Now, I mean, hey, how do you drop ship? While I'm working, I might have a headphone in. How do you drop ship? And I'm learning just throughout the day. So when I get off work, okay, I'm trying out little stuff. I may be paying somebody to do something for me on Fiverr. Like, okay, like set up a drop shipping store. Okay, while I'm in the shower, I'm watching videos how to find a good product on drop shipping. Turo. Now, I mean, I was doing Turo. I was renting out a car. What's a good car to rent out on Turo? What's a popular car at the moment? Airbnb. I was doing Airbnb. I still have to do Airbnb. I literally would try everything. If I turn this camera around, I will show you an ATM in here, and I will show you a vending machine, and I also could show you where I was doing my photography. And if y'all don't believe me, matter of fact, let me just turn this camera. I know this is very unconventional for a reaction channel, but I just want to show you how I'm not bullshitting. So, as you can see up there, you can see my my pull down stuff. You can see my lighting over there, and back there, you can see my ATM. You can see my ATM and my vending machine. Now, there's no money in that vending machine, so don't come rob me thinking you about to get a vending machine and make some money. It's not gonna happen. I have no money in that ATM or vending machine. The reason why I have those things is because I know it can make me money. I bought those when I was working a job. I was putting away an extra $100, an extra $50 or $25 to the point where it add up to the point I can buy a commodity that can make me money back. My daughter's birthday just passed, and I was looking up a bounce house for her and her little friends to play in the backyard. Instead of renting out that bounce house for $200 on that hour, I said, yo, let me just buy this bounce house. Not saying everybody could do this. Let me just buy this bounce house. He sold it to me for $700. So now I list it on the Nextdoor app so people in my area will see the bounce house and be like, hey, I need that. And they're renting it out from me for $200. So now the bounce house is going to pay for itself. It's going to pay itself back. Know what I mean? And it's also going to make me money. That's what I'm saying, where you just like, you open up a lot of doors of income. The problem is a lot of people, their only door of income is their job, but they don't actually like their job. So now, I just want to end off by saying this. We're going to get back into the video, all right? 30 minutes a day trying to learn something new. 30 minutes a day. You're going to give your job 20 years anyways, right? That's what a lot of people's thinking. 30 minutes a day for a whole year. That is spending let me see if I can show you. That is spending 10,950 minutes on something that you can actually benefit from without a ceiling being on it. A job has a ceiling, and you're going to give your job all these hours anyways. So now let's multiply this by 20. The same 20 you're going to give your job. That's 219 minutes, 219,000 minutes, my fault, of you learning something that will have no ceiling on it. So even if you give yourself a year, you are 10,000 minutes smarter than you were last year on that subject, whether it's plumbing. You know how much money plumbers make? Whether it's pressure washing. You know how much money a pressure washing guy makes? See, these are jobs that, it's not in the mainstream, so everybody's not talking about it. These people make a lot of money. They easily making $100 in 1 hour if they're really good at their job. A person that details cars. These are all things you can do on the side, bro. It may take 1 hour out the day to do it. You may be tired while you're doing it. You may have to take a Red Bull. But that's part of the hustle. That's part of the grind. Most people that you see that have businesses and they don't work jobs no more, they had to sacrifice that time when they was actually tired and they didn't feel like doing it anymore. They had to sacrifice that time and still do it. The problem is too many people hate their life, but they're not willing to do the extra stuff. Moving people's furniture. Put yourself on TaskRabbit. Being a cleaner. There's so many things you can do to build up that side income to the point where you can invest that income and you don't have to do that anymore. You could even go and OfferUp and pick up couches and sell them. People give away couches for free. And so how do I know these things? Constant research on how to make money outside of my job. Constant. I didn't just hate my job. I hated my job and I wanted to figure out how to get out of my job. So I got out of it.
How much I hate my frickin' job. It's 11:30 p.m. and I just got home from the gym. And not to mention, I still need to cook, eat, and shower after this, so I won't even be in bed until 1 a.m. I literally work from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. 5 days a week, and sometimes on the weekends too. And not to mention, I'm barely getting paid anything for the hours that I'm putting in. It's crazy to think that if my parents weren't still helping me with my rent, I would literally be living paycheck to paycheck. And that's insane, dude. That's insane. And I literally still have 2 more months of this busy season. I've been working 60-hour weeks and I feel like I'm just going fucking insane because I have no time for anything else. My life lately is literally just wake up, work, eat at my desk, work again, and then gym, and then eat, and then sleep, and then repeat that over for like 5 days straight. And I'm going insane, bro.
Throw an hour in there, throw 30 minutes in there. Even if you got to listen to something, then when you do have downtime, because we all have some type of damn downtime, okay? Whether it's sitting on a toilet or whatever. Now, I mean, even while you're in the gym, you could be running your business from the gym. You could be growing a business, figuring out a business while you're in the gym. Point is, we all have time. It's just that it's not going to happen overnight. Yes, if you could spend 8 hours growing a business in a year, you'll probably grow it a lot faster. But if you could grow a business with just sacrificing 30 minutes a day, it's going to grow slower, but at least something is growing in the background of things. I'll give you another one. I said this in my other video. TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop affiliate. Post your content. Posting on TikTok. At any point in time, you can go viral. Make you some money. Post on YouTube. Do what I'm doing right now. You can make money. And the thing about social media, the amount of money you can make is endless. It's literally how much you put into it, how much you learn about the algorithm, how much value you're giving. A lot of it has to do with the algorithm, but again, you have to learn it. Just like anything else. People go to school for 4 years with nothing promised to come out of school. So why not take a gamble on yourself for 30 minutes a day, along with working your 9 to 5? I would never tell somebody to quit their 9 to 5 because you want to be a business owner. Shit don't get easy once you're a business owner. You have to put a lot of planning behind this lifestyle. And it's a lot more hustling than I do now. I promise you, my days end a lot later than yours do. Believe it or not. But I'm in control of it. I'm in control of what my ceiling is. That's the difference.
And I need a change in career so bad. So
I'm not
if
better than
any of
nobody.
you can help me out, I would be super grateful. I have a business degree and I graduated from UCI. I have president's lists on my transcript. Please just help me get out of this job. If you can suggest anything, or if you can get me a referral to one of the companies that you're working at, I would be extremely grateful because I have no time for anything else right now. And I just feel like I'm going crazy. So
if I'm being honest with you, it's not where you're working, it's what you're relying on, which is your job. Jobs, to me, cannot be relied on. They're not paying enough. Even if you have a degree. I have a degree. Again, did all of that while having a 9 to 5. All right? So when somebody tells me they don't have no time, please consider this stuff. And I was a single dad. Now, I mean, at the time, while growing a business. Still trying to figure out, got to pick my daughter up from school, have to go to work. You know what I mean? Have to get her ready, help her with homework, all that. So when I hear all these excuses, I'm like, and I was also still working out. But I couldn't do these things for 8 hours out the day. I had to break them all up. And now I'm starting to see the benefits of these things.
Working class in this country are getting so royally boned, and I don't even think that most people know how bad it really is. So we all know about how expensive it is to live, housing, groceries, all of that. So my husband and I were sitting down and we were talking about just our finances and our goals and what we were planning to do for the rest of the year, and he had talked about wanting to ask for a raise. Now he's really good at
I ain't gonna lie, I've seen this part. She gonna chat
and look, I can hear you guys in the comments already.
Hold on, this is a specific one that I want you guys to see. I think it was it him? Nah, it wasn't this one. It was her. She went off. I ain't even gonna lie.
And I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care. These jobs do not pay enough for what they be wanting you to do. And honestly, it's like, are y'all employers, are y'all paying attention to the cost of living out here? Are you paying attention to the fact that these groceries everything has gone up? But
groceries is ridiculous.
I'm sick of going to work I'm sick of going to work and I can barely pay my bills at the end of the month. These fucking jobs, like, they be wanting you to bust your go above and beyond.
This is my question to people that talk like this, because I feel that, like, it really sucks that these jobs want us to do what we want us to do, but there is a price to pay for the work that you're not willing to do. You're working for somebody that was willing to pay that price, whether it was get a hustle, whether it was start a business, whether it was create a business. Like, yes, it is all nonsense. The person at the bottom always hurts the most. That is just how it is. And y'all, by no means possible, no means at all am I saying that this is okay. But this is the game that's being played. So that the same person that will make this video and complain, what are you doing to make it better for yourself? Because all you're telling me is that you're aware of the bullshit that goes on with these jobs. Let me just tell y'all something. The reason why rent is so high is because the mortgage and the taxes, the interest rate and the taxes have went up. So when the interest rate and the taxes, the person that owns where you live, their price has went up. So now, yes, they have to charge you more. So they're getting hit over the head. So they have to charge you more. That's how it trickles down. It trickles down like that. The only person that's winning is the banks. The banks are the ones that's winning. You know what I mean? The people that's giving out the interest rate. So while you want to blame somebody, understand we all getting hit over the head. We all got to pay these high-ass groceries. But some of us realize we got to roll with the punches. I'm going to have to figure out something else. I'm going to have to put some money to the side. I'm going to have to figure out a new hustle. I'm going to have to download Thumbtack. I'm dropping so many gems in this video. I'm going to have to download Thumbtack, see what kind of jobs people are looking for. I may have to get a babysitting job. I may have to walk a dog. You know what I mean? Like, bro, so many people are scared to do these little knick-knack jobs. Instead, you know what they'll do? They'll run up a credit card to make it seem like, oh, I don't need no knick-knack job. Whole time you struggling in the grocery store. You don't know whether or not you can decide between decor or food. People, you at this point in time in life, you need a hustle. There was a point where we could go to work, you could get a degree, and you're good. No, we don't live in that time no more. And if that job fires you, what do you have to lean on? You know how hard it is to find another job? So I just ask people, like, yes, I understand y'all are mad at how much everything costs, but what are you doing? 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a day. Are you spending it sitting on your phone, twiddling your thumbs, figuring out what Cardi B and all the other rich people are doing? When you're driving in your car, are you listening to all this bullshit ass music that really don't even sound good? Or your favorite song over on repeat? Or are you listening to something that could possibly teach you something that eventually you can apply 30 minutes of that thing to get yourself ahead? So when you look back from a year from now, you're like, damn, I really done did some shit. Which one is it? Most people feel, I'm so tired, I need a little break. How the hell do you deserve a break? You need a little break? Okay, well, that's why you can't get out of the damn rat race. Because you feel like you need a break. Y'all, I'm from New York, so I'm going to always keep it a stack with you, all right? Some of y'all not gonna like what I'm saying, but I promise you, I'm only giving you my life right now. I've made so many sacrifices, but God has blessed me through my work. God opens the door, I walk in. I don't be like, thank you, God, for opening the door. I'm very much self-aware when I'm making excuses. I fight myself all the time. You know how many people I know that say, yo, I'm going to start a YouTube channel? This is years ago. Never started it. Oh, I'm waiting to get a camera. Oh, I have to get the right lighting. Bro, when I started my old YouTube channel, you know what I started it on? My phone and a lamp behind it. What's y'all excuse now? Because now they got TikTok, long-form video. Everything is literally on your phone. Why haven't you posted those videos? Oh, it's taking too long. None of my videos is going viral. Okay, so whose fault is that you stopped? You. Everybody that has went viral has went through the same stage you're going through. Whose fault is that? You. Okay, everything is too high and I can't afford it. Okay, there's money to get out there. Who's not getting it? You. Are these things right that we have to pay so high? No. Should these wages be higher? Probably yes. You know what I mean? If the business could afford to pay you that, yes, it should be. But they're not. So what you gonna do about it? Complain? March? Or let your family starve? Because daddy got all these excuses? Explain to your wife why she gotta work 2 jobs too? Or you gonna figure it out? Like, bro, what?
Be there 6 days a week from 8 to 5, missing doctor's appointments, can't do.
I used to feel all these
life
ways.
But work for crumbs. And I'm fucking sick of it. We got kids out here. We got life out here, life in. This shit is just not adding up. And y'all wonder why scamming, getting in the streets, selling, doing what the need to do to make ends meet. Y'all wonder why. Like, y'all wonder, this shit is not realistic out here. And I'm really sick of it. Like, I want to buy a house. I want to do all of that shit. But goddamn, I can't even save $1 because shit is expensive out here.
Another thing is, I understand y'all saying y'all can't save $1. And this is what I'm about to say is very controversial. But you have to live way below your means when you're working your way up. A lot of us don't want to seem like we're too low on the echelon. So we don't want to live in that studio apartment. Sometimes you have to live in that studio apartment that it don't look that appealing when your friends come around. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to get a roommate. Social media has pressured y'all to figure it out overnight or make it seem as if y'all have it overnight. If I could live with my mama, know what I mean? In my early 20s, I would have stacked up my bread. But instead I had to live like literally in a corner on the floor in an apartment or whatever while having a roommate that I didn't even know. Like, you have to make those sacrifices to what she's saying. You're going to have to meal prep. Tuna. Save up your money to the point where the money that you make, you can buy something, or you can have a hobby that'll make you money that you can live that life that you want to live. You can pay for those things because these people at the top, they don't give a fuck about you. Who do y'all think y'all are? Y'all think y'all cry and moan, and they know, nigga, you still gotta live there. You still gonna pay me. You still gonna have to buy this food. They know that. They don't give a damn about you and your crying ass. They still gonna expect their money on the first. So it's up to you to figure out, how the hell am I going to get to the point where money don't affect me? I was tired of growing up in households of people always talking about how broke we are and we got to struggle and all that. Nah, fuck that. I'm figuring it out. Even if it takes me to, know what I mean? I'm extremely exhausted doing what I'm doing, but eventually this will pay off. Yeah, this is all I do. This is my hobby now. I used to play basketball. Now I like making money. That's my hobby. That's the thing I like to figure out. Real quick, y'all. I want y'all to download an app. All right? This app is called Thumbtack. All right? It's called Thumbtack. And what I want you to do is, when you go on there, I want you to search through the jobs. There's different jobs that are on there. I want you to download that app. when you're on that app, I want you to see how much people are making on the app. Now, what I mean, how much people are getting paid for what they're doing. There's another app that I want you guys to download because these are places you could put yourself. Now, I mean, there is another app. The app is called, hold on. Oh, here we go. No. Damn, did I delete the app? It's another app where you can hire people. It's not Thumbtack. Damn, what the hell did I do with that damn app? TaskRabbit. List yourself on TaskRabbit. Find out what jobs are paying. What contracts are paying. Now, I mean, what you can do. TV mounting. That's an easy $100 job. And they get all the equipment. Putting furniture together. You don't need any equipment. Mounting. Putting up wallpaper. Painting walls. People that pay people to do this, they're literally paying you because they rather somebody else do it than they do it. They don't feel like doing it. So they let somebody else do it. Oh, no, I'm not. Who's doing that? I'm not doing that. Sometimes you have to do the jobs you don't want to do so you can invest on the thing that you actually want to do because your job can't afford to pay for your lifestyle and that thing. But people, they know all the reasons why they hate their life. But will sit here and tell me all the things I just gave y'all in this video, that's too much. So you don't hate your life that much. Keep living.
Jobs don't want to give no raises, and the new jobs ain't paying shit. Entry-level positions starting at $16 an hour.
It's
The bachelor's degree. Man, $32,000 a year, $35,000 a year, that's nothing. It's nothing. I'm sick of it.
I relate to this video so much. I was so scared to leave my toxic job for fear of having that gap in my resume, for fear of having people ask why I was only there for 11 months, for fear of having people ask why would I leave a title and company that were successful. Why would I walk away from that? But the reality is the title, the job, the status, all of it was not worth my mental health. I would cry almost daily having to walk into that office. And I mean, I blew up my life quitting that job, but I don't regret it at all.
I always thought like it's sad, but like that's just how that's how I saw this world, as how some people will actually be doing so much work. They'll be doing the most heaviest, painful, stressful jobs and spend so much hours doing it, and then they are making so little compared to somebody who just, casually just sit down and add little to no value to the workplace, or what they even do is so insignificant. Nothing. So
let me show y'all something real quick. And I did this in my other video, all right? So the average American is making maybe, let's just say on a decent job, you're making about $3,000 a month, right? Divide that by 30. That's $100 a day. It's $100 a day. So imagine if you was doing what you were doing right now, the job you're doing right now, making $3,000 a day, and you figured out a way to have 1 extra hour a day, you make $100 for it. Now you put your side hustle income and your job income together, you make $6,000 a month. You just doubled your income just by making $100 in a day. I used to drive Uber and Lyft. I used to sell cologne while driving Uber and Lyft. Like these little oils. And you want to know how that happened? Talking. Somebody in my Uber or whatever, he was trying to sell me this belt of cologne or whatever. And he was like, yo, you would be a real good dude, to do this. And I was like, for real? Met him up at his house. Very dangerous. Met him up at his house. Gave me, I paid him like $200. He gave me a whole belt that was probably worth $500 if I sold all of them. You know what I mean? And of course I didn't sell all of them. But I was selling them. I was selling gum. I'll tell people to cash at me. While I'm driving, I'm always thinking about how to make more money. Because an extra dollar makes a big difference. An extra 5 makes a big difference. An extra 100 makes a huge difference. I always been uncomfortable if my job pays my rent, if my job pays my mortgage. Because I know there's a motherfucker at this job that has the power to take away my check that will stop me from paying my mortgage, stop me from paying my rent. And in return, my kids ain't got nowhere to stay. That's how I always saw it, bro. You have to, that is the time we live in, bro. Stop believing in college, please. That is not the end all be all. It has to be college plus some. It has to be your job plus another. Learn how to cut hair. Learn how to braid hair. Y'all, honestly, I'm gonna end the video here. I would just, again, only thing I can say is you need a side hustle in today's time. Everything these people are saying, I can relate to. I was there. I remember exactly what it is. But I never understood somebody that felt all those strong ways, but will continue to do the same thing and not find 30 minutes to an hour a day to sacrifice to getting them out of where they're at now. But instead, what people do is they quit their jobs and then they just get another job just to find out they hate that job too. I don't get it. You have kids playing games, video games, making way more money than you make in 2 weeks in a day. How does that make you feel? Look up TikTok Shop Affiliate, y'all. If I have to do a whole video on this, I will. Now, I mean, it's one of the easiest things you can do to make money. You have people making quadruple what you make just by making videos for 5 minutes in a day. But these business owners are gonna make you feel like for you to make money, you have to come work for me. You know why they make you work for them? So they don't have to work for themselves. I don't know. One day people will open their eyes and understand that, okay, I'm tired of complaining. I'm tired of this life. It's not gonna get better. Nobody loves you enough to knock on your door and say, yo, listen, I understand you have a lot of excuses, so I'm gonna pay your way. Ladies have this, don't get me wrong, but fellas, I'm gonna pay your way through life because you have so many excuses. You work so hard, and I see it. Here's $10,000. Nobody's doing that. People listen to your excuse, get off the phone with you, and you just sitting there with your damn excuses that you just told. But they ain't sending you money off of that. They're not giving you success now. You still have to go get it. You still have to figure out, how do I get myself out of this? Because the people at the top, they're not on my side. So what are you going to do? Complain for the rest of your life? Knowing the stakes that are being played against you? No. Hey, man, it's been your boy, Top Boogie. Until next time.